What's up YouTube? Today I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to install a subwoofer, and it works for most vehicles. The one we're going to be installing is this one here, and what I'm going to be doing is kind of like a budget build. I actually purchased this used, paid about 40 bucks for it, and then we also got this amp, which I've also purchased used. I think it's 1,000 watts. It works also. And then we're going to be using this wire kit. It's actually one of the cheapest kits you can get. It's only 8 gauges. I think it's about $19. You can find them on Amazon. The vehicle we're going to be using today is a 1998 Chevy C1500 pickup OBS. We're also going to be putting a new head unit, front and rear speakers, Serwin Vegas, and we're going to be using the installation kit, the GM wires, antenna, adapter. But in this video it's just going to be the sub and amp for now. If you want to see the video on how to install the speakers and how to install the radio, go ahead and look for my other videos. So the first thing you're going to want to do when you're installing your subwoofer, get your wires, and you're going to want to route all your wires. So in this kit you get a few of these little fasteners. Has the ground wire. You got your amp wire. This blue wire is your amp turn on wire, which turns on your amp when you put the key in the ignition. And then this right here looks to be speaker wire. Speaker wire usually runs from your amp to the subwoofer. And then here's your main power wire. Got a little fuse right in there. So the first thing I like to do when I install an amp wiring kit is install the power cable, the main power wire. So you're going to want to connect it to your battery. So what you usually use is this little piece that comes in the kit. This right here. You're going to want to put this on the red wire right here. But let's take a look at our battery and see where we're going to be able to install this on the battery. Alright, so we got our hood open, located the battery. Now it's a little weird because it's got the terminals on the back side, and it's going to make it a little harder to install that little piece that I showed you guys. So let me go ahead, I'm going to take these terminals off and see if there's a location I can mount up the power wire for this amp. Okay, so I ran into a little problem on this truck. Because of the way that this battery wire is, and how this battery terminals are on the back, and then also on the kit comes with this, which didn't fit around this, around the little piece of metal that it's supposed to go on. So I tried to drill it out to make it a little bigger to be able to fit that, and then it ended up just breaking. So I'm gonna have to go to the auto parts store and see if I can find some more of these, possibly some bigger ones that'll actually just fit right onto this thing. But this is not gonna work, it already broke. A lot of cars don't have batteries like this. A lot of them, the posts are on the top, and then they got little spots you can put these on really easily. But for this truck, since you're on the back and all that, it's just a little weird, so I'm gonna have to go find some more of these bigger ones. Alright, so I went to AutoZone and I ended up finding this gold connector here. It's got a little bit bigger of a hole than the one that came with the kit does, and it fits just perfect over the terminal. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this one for the power. Okay, so the next thing you're going to want to do is install the fuse for the power wire. I think where I'm going to install it is right on the wall of this fender right here, where the wire's at. So I'll just cut the wire and then put one end into this side and one end into this side. So you're going to want to go ahead and take the cap off of the fuse holder. You're going to want to put it right over the power wire, like that. And then now that you got it like that, the power wire is going to connect right into the fuse holder, just like this. You're going to want to get an Allen wrench and loosen up the little thing where you put the wire in, and put it in like that, and then you're going to tighten down your Allen wrench, your Allen bolt. Not too tight, but make sure it's also not loose. Alright, so that's pretty tight right there. Then you're going to want to go ahead and close the cap. You just screw it on. And now that side's connected and secured. Now we got to go ahead and do the other side. Same process. So now I'm done mounting the little fuse for the power wire. All I did was just take a little self-tapping screw and drill right into the side of the wall. And now that's secure there. So for the RCA cables, I'm going to go ahead and route them on this side because I have the power cable routed on that side, and I heard that if you route the RCA cables opposite of the power cable, it's a little better for sound and all that. Okay, so I got my RCA cables routed from the dash area right here. They go behind the dash, under the floorboard down here. You come over here, and they run to the back. Okay, so now that I have the RCA cables routed through and the amp turn-on wire routed through, now I'm going to go ahead and connect this wire, the amp turn-on wire, to the blue wire with the supplied harness. So we'll connect these blue wires to that, and then we should be able to connect the radio and plug everything in. This is the ground wire for the amp, so we got to go ahead and install this. I went already and installed the little metal grommet piece. This is where you're going to be screwing this into the body of your car as a ground for the amp, and then this right here will go right into the amp, and then it'll screw right in. So you got to find a place in your truck or car where you're going to put your ground. In this case, I'm going to be putting it right behind the seat, right here behind under this floor mat. I'm going to put it right there. As you can see, I already grinded because you want it down to bare metal in the area that you're going to be mounting your ground. I went ahead and used a little angle grinder and just grinded that. Now I'm going to take a drill bit and just drill a hole right here, a little hole, and then that'll be for the screw to screw this ground wire to the body. So you're going to go ahead and take your wire, you're going to put it like that, and you're going to screw the screw in there like that. Make sure you screw it nice and tight, that way you get a good ground. Everything should work. Okay, so I got the sub in the car. I got all the wires, the appropriate wires connected to the amp where it should go. I got the radio pretty much in. but I'm not installing any of the plastics in yet just in case it's not working. So before you install everything, you want to make sure it works. So right now I'm going to go ahead and plug the battery in and then see if the radio fires up and then see if the amp turns on, and then we'll see if everything works, and if so, then I'll just put everything back together and we'll be done. Alright, plugged in the battery, radio turns on, subwoofer's slapping, everything's good. So I'm going to go ahead, put all the plastics back on, clean my garage up, and go cruise.